Upon uttering the term superpower, our minds instinctively drift towards the mystical realm of magic. However, there exist powers that transcend such enchanting boundaries, embodied by certain individuals in our very own human realm. These astonishing capabilities not only challenge the established principles of science and nature, but also leave the scientific community in awe. Explore with us 19 instances where individuals captured on camera exhibited superpowers, bewitching all who witnessed them. Number 1. The Magnet Man Louis Thao Lin of Malaysia, colloquially known amongst many as the Magnet Man or Mr. Magnet, intertwines wonder and physics with his astonishing ability to adhere metal objects to his body, bearing weights up to 2 kilograms individually and a staggering 36 kilograms in total. Remarkably, Lin has even employed his magnetic capabilities to pull a car. Scientists from the University of Technology Malaysia, having conducted numerous studies on Lin, assert that his body does not generate a magnetic field. Rather, his skin exhibits extraordinarily high levels of friction, creating a suction effect that enables objects to stick to him. Lin's remarkable ability is not merely a personal oddity. It is a genetic trait that he has passed on to his son and 3 grandchildren. Not only has he secured a spot in the Malaysia Book of Records, but Lin has also utilized his unique capability to perform in numerous charity events, contributing to societal welfare. Number 2. Human Calculator. Imagine harnessing the power to outcalculate an electronic device with mere mental prowess. Scott Flansburgh doesn't have to imagine. Familiarly christened the Human Calculator, Flansburgh astounds many with his supernatural arithmetic aptitude, securing a spot in the Guinness World Records for his unparalleled mental calculation speed, matched with impeccable accuracy. His cerebral capabilities enable him to add, subtract, multiply, divide, and extract roots of numbers instantaneously. In both 2001 and 2003, he shattered records by adding a number to itself more times in 15 seconds than could be achieved with a calculator. In 1999, Flansburgh devised a 13-month human calculator calendar, incorporating 0 as a day, month, and year. Beyond his numerical adventures, he devotes his days to education and nights to media engagements, passionately aiding others in navigating the numerical landscape of mental mathematics. Number 3. Floating Man. The phenomenon of a levitating man inherently contradicts established physical laws. Globetrotters may have encountered street performers seemingly hovering in defiance of gravity during their wanderings. Although typically associated with illusionary tactics involving unseen supports, the floating man spectacle baffles and delights onlookers. Ordinarily, performers appear to effortlessly suspend their bodies, supported solely by one steadfast hand. However, a man on a beach exhibited something even more astonishing, an extraordinary act that perplexes even the scientific community. Captured on video, he genuinely appears to float, utterly devoid of any discernible supporting structure. His serene elevation seemingly scoffs at the well-accepted rules of physics. Intriguingly, upon being queried about his mystifying feat, he disclosed a reliance on magnets. He'd strategically interred them in the sandy beach below and concealed others within his attire. With a clandestine nod, his accomplice activated the power, propelling him into an enigmatic levitation, weaving a spell of awe and disbelief amongst the witnesses. Number 4. The Batteryman Biba Struja, fondly dubbed the Batteryman, has carved out an extraordinary niche in the annals of human anomalies, astonishingly allowing perilous levels of electricity to surge through his body and living to narrate the electrifying tales. His ability to endure million-volt shocks, store energy, and uniquely cook sausages with his bare hands propels him into a category resembling a human electrical conductor, tolerating high-voltage shocks that would be lethal to the average person. Struja's journey through 2 Guinness World Records began in 1983, surviving 20,000 volts unscathed, and then, in 2003, becoming the fastest man to heat a cup of water in a mere 1 minute and 37 seconds. Throughout his life, Struja has manifested as a living electrode, perpetually stunning his spectators. Upon recognizing his incredible capability to endure electric shocks, he ingeniously forged a livelihood for himself and his kin, performing breathtaking high-voltage feats. Furthermore, he operates an electrotherapy clinic from his residence, where, with his electrifying touch, he treats individuals afflicted with ailments such as arthritis. His electrically charmed hands and staggering performances place him in a unique, unchallenged tier of human marvels across the globe. Number 5. The Iceman Wim Hof, popularly acknowledged as the Iceman, transcends conventional human boundaries, especially those entwined with the perils of extreme climates. Venturing into Finland's Arctic Circle, not merely to endure but to actively participate in marathons barefoot and minimally clad, showcases just a fragment of his astounding feats. This 59-year-old Dutchman, holder of approximately 24 world records, has not only ascended Nepal's Mount Everest and Tanzania's Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's loftiest peak, adorned merely in shorts, but also possesses the Guinness World Record for the lengthiest swim beneath the ice. His endurance further spans to the scorching extremes, running a half marathon through the arid Namib Desert without a sip of water. Researchers elucidate that Hof can remarkably invoke a stress response through mental control, enabling him to resist extreme cold. By executing specialized breathing exercises and subsequently exposing himself to threats like abrupt, intense cold, he activates an internal painkiller mechanism. Hof asserts that his method, known as the Wim Hof method, incorporating a series of replicable breathing exercises, is accessible to all. A man who contentedly immerses himself in ice cube-filled buckets for hours and ascends the Himalayas as if on a leisurely summer vineyard stroll, Hof remains an enigma and continuous subject of scientific curiosity and admiration. Number 6. Children who can see underwater. Venture beneath the water's surface and clarity becomes an elusive vision. Yet children from the Moken community possess an astounding aquatic visual acuity, akin to dolphins. Ordinarily, underwater visuals cascade into a blur, as eyes seldom attempt to accommodate the aqueous haze. This isn't the case for Moken children. They navigate underwater worlds with astonishing clarity, contracting their pupils and altering their lens shape, adaptations reminiscent of seals and dolphins. Intriguingly, this unique visual prowess is exclusive to the youth within the community, as adulthood and ensuing lens inflexibility gradually eclipse this ability. While it undeniably emerges as a distinct phenomenon, studies suggest that with adequate practice, the underwater visual capability of Moken children can become accessible to other youngsters too, paving the way toward understanding and potentially unlocking similar potentials in broader contexts. Number 7. The King of Teeth. Meet the man bestowed with the title, the King of Teeth, not merely for a robust dental arrangement, but for employing his teeth in an unimaginable feat, hauling a staggering 328-ton train more than 9 feet along its tracks. Situated at a railway station, he engaged his teeth to grip a steel rope, pulling the 7-coach train in a bid to etch his name in the record books for heaviest weight pulled using merely one's teeth. Amidst the palpable tension of strained neck muscles and a visage twisted with effort in Kuala Lumpur, dozens of spectators cheered and applauded, their chants escalating as he, post-seating himself and utilizing the tracks for leverage, pushed his booted feet against wooden rafters to propel himself backward, hauling the colossal train. The secret to his Herculean dental might? He attributes it to an Indian meditation form and consistent jaw training. Though it's a spectacle inflicting vicarious pain upon onlookers, any toothpaste brand would presumably vie for his endorsement, a vivid embodiment of unmatched strength in the world. Number 8. The Beeman. Introducing the Beeman, a unique individual who seamlessly blended his passion for bees with spectacular performances in movies, television shows, and commercials. Norm Gary, an emeritus professor from UC Davis, embraced the buzzing world of beekeeping for an astonishing 69 years, earning the reputation of the world's premier bee wrangler before stepping into retirement. His interaction with bees extends to mind-boggling feats, such as training them to collect food from a sponge doused in his crafted artificial nectar, held in his mouth. Gary is documented in the Guinness World Records, not just for sustaining 109 bees within his closed mouth for a stretch of 10 seconds, but also for donning a suit completely enveloped in a thrumming cluster of bees while artfully playing his B-flat clarinet. Now, at 83, his direct interaction with bees has diminished, redirecting his attentions toward nourishing wild bees in his yard, akin to how others might cater to wild birds. Gary, the author of over 100 publications, including scientific papers, book chapters, and popular articles in beekeeping journals, still contributes to the apiculture world, nurturing the knowledge and skills of budding beekeepers. This man, who dedicated his life to the art and science of bees, continues to be a resounding inspiration within and beyond the beekeeping community. Number 9. The Xray Girl Natasha Demkina, often referred to as the Xray Girl, emerged from Russia with a fascinating claim that she possesses the ability to peer into human bodies, visualizing their internal structure. At merely 10 years old, Natasha presented her alleged capability to perceive through flesh, thereby identifying injuries, scars, and various medical conditions. The initial instance of this mysterious ability unfolded when she gazed inside her mother's body, articulating details about the visible organs. Early skeptics dismissed her tales as mere child's play or the byproducts of a vibrant imagination. Nonetheless, as time progressed, it became evident to many that Natasha was not weaving tales, but rather purportedly observing people on a cellular level. Her medical insights became sought after by numerous individuals, occasionally even superseding the counsel of seasoned healthcare professionals. Natasha's online prominence eventually catapulted her to a British show where her abilities were put to the test. Tasked with analyzing a group of individuals and discerning their medical states, Natasha astonishingly identified a plethora of conditions accurately, ranging from migraines to endometriosis, and even a heart defect. Though Natasha successfully identified various ailments, she also diagnosed additional conditions that were not present, raising eyebrows among skeptics. While some are convinced of her psychic-like capabilities, others speculate that she excels at deciphering outward visible signs of illness rather than genuinely visualizing the internal landscape of a person. Her story continues to teeter on the brink between marvel and skepticism, prompting vibrant discussions among believers and doubters alike. What's your stance on Natasha's purported abilities? Number 10. The Rubber Boy Daniel Browning Smith, widely recognized as the Rubber Boy, is celebrated for his extraordinarily elastic physique, stretching the boundaries of physical flexibility far beyond normative capacities. Rhythmic gymnasts and circus acrobats astound audiences with their limber, acrobatic displays, but Daniel's contortionist abilities transcend even these awe-inspiring feats, spiraling him into a distinctive category of physical prowess. His initial foray into the realm of extraordinary flexibility unfolded at a mere 4 years of age, as his father witnessed him leap from a bunk bed, landing in an astonishingly perfect gymnastic split amidst playful antics with siblings. This incidental discovery ignited Daniel's fervent curiosity in contortionism, and with an amalgamation of his father's unwavering support, meticulous professional training, and relentless pursuit of mastery, he morphed his intrinsic flexibility into a phenomenal superpower. Garnering recognition from the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's most flexible man, he doesn't merely bend and contort, he artfully sculpts his body into seemingly impossible shapes and positions. Holding 7 world records for his unparalleled extreme flexibility, Daniel has not only become an international sensation, but also an invaluable asset to the film and television industry. Engaging in spectacular stunts for movies, TV shows, and commercials, his authentic, visually astonishing flexibility has enhanced productions like Paranormal Activity 3 Inches and You Don't Mess with the Zohan, offering a genuine and more cost-effective alternative to computer-generated imagery, all while astonishing viewers with his genuine, breathtaking capabilities. Daniel's incredible journey from a playful child to a world-renowned contortionist inspires awe and wonder in audiences worldwide. Number 11. Kevin Richardson, ubiquitously recognized as the Lion Whisperer, embarks on a life journey that is just as wild as the majestic creatures he communes with. Born on October 8, 1974, in Johannesburg, South Africa, and raised in the locality of Oranjezig, Kevin's enigmatic ability to forge bonds with animals was discernible from a tender age, growing exponentially as he matured. Unlike the conventional companionship shared between humans and domestic pets, Kevin's connection with the predatory lions, cheetahs, and various other indigenous animals is not only unique, but also tinged with an exhilarating sense of danger and respect for the wild. His serendipitous friendship with a lion park owner steered him toward devoting immeasurable time and energy to the rehabilitation of captive animals. Subsequent to his tenure at the lion park, Kevin spearheaded the management of the Kingdom of the White Lion, where his caregiving expanded to over 26 lions, numerous hyenas, leopards, and a plethora of other indigenous species. In 2013, through passionate endeavor and steadfast commitment, Kevin manifested his vision, establishing the Kevin Richardson Wildlife Sanctuary. His relationship with these majestic creatures transcends conventional understanding. Embracing them in affectionate hugs and receiving their reciprocal cuddles, Kevin's unparalleled bond with the lions and his ensuing interactions seemingly defy the natural order, introducing the world to a rare, enchanting spectacle of trust and harmony between man and beast. His tale is not just of an unusual friendship with lions, but serves as a remarkable testament to the boundless possibilities embedded within genuine, respectful relationships with the wild. Number 12. The Monkey King Yodaraj, colloquially celebrated as the Monkey King, transforms the seemingly perilous art of rock climbing into an awe-inspiring spectacle. Not pursuing it as a sport, but rather as a breathtaking performance for spectators, Raj astonishingly scales diverse structures without the safeguard of a harness. Among his notable conquests is Karnataka's highest waterfall, the 830-foot Jog Falls, which he daringly ascended against its powerful downward cascade. Another remarkable feat includes free solo climbing a clock tower in a mere 15 minutes, armed only with chalk for grip enhancement. Raj attributes his remarkable climbing skills to observantly learning from monkeys, even claiming to comprehend their language. His fearless endeavors, while spectacular, are a perilous path that most should tread cautiously or preferably admire from the safety of solid ground. Number 13. The mystic who survived without food and water. Renowned as a mystic with an alleged ability to survive without sustenance, this devout follower of Amba Mata purportedly abstained from food and water since 1940, embodying an enigma that has etched its mark among India's unsolved mysteries. His claim, quite bafflingly, contradicts the very essence of human biological needs, eliciting skepticism and awe in equal measure. Subjected to observational studies, he was isolated in a room for a fortnight, emerging inexplicably healthy despite an absolute lack of sustenance. His demise 2 years ago left behind tales of a man who, from a tender age, embarked on a spiritual journey, supposedly forsaking food and water at the mere age of 10. While his followers staunchly advocate his mystical ability, attributing it to divine intervention, scientific perspectives suggest an extreme, almost mythical adaptation to starvation and dehydration. His life, interwoven with faith and mystery, propels an age-old debate. Is it plausible for a person to transcend biological constraints and survive without nourishment for over 7 decades? Or does this narrative cloak an elaborate deception? The conundrum remains, enveloping truth and belief into an inseparable twine. What lingers in your thoughts? A miraculous spiritual reality or a meticulously crafted sham? Number 14. The blind boy who could see Ben Underwood, despite being enveloped in darkness from age 3 due to retinal cancer, illuminated the world with his resiliency and inventive spirit, teaching himself echolocation as an alternative to his lost sight. After having his eyes removed, he did not retreat into the shadows, but like a dolphin, employed sound to discern the locations of objects, enabling him to indulge in activities like basketball, cycling, and football, unhindered by his blindness. Though cancer claimed his physical presence in 2009, his spirit and story persist as a beacon of inspiration globally, exemplifying boundless courage and innovative adaptation in the face of adversity. Number 15. Stretchiest Man Gary Turner, the man with astonishingly stretchy skin, has turned a rare medical condition into a notable distinction. Afflicted with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a disorder impacting connective tissues, his skin, particularly on his stomach, can stretch impressively to 15.8 centimeters. While Gary's capabilities, such as stretching his skin without pain, have earned him a spot in the Guinness Book of Records, other aspects of his condition bring pain and risk, especially in the joints, and the potential for serious vascular complications. From an early age, recognizing his skin's unusual elasticity, Gary distinguished that only specific parts of his body, excluding his hands and feet, possessed this rubbery quality. His story is not just of a record holder, but of a person who embraced his unique condition, navigating through the marvels and the perils with enduring spirit. Number 16. Photographic Memory. Stephen Wiltshire, an artist acclaimed for his extraordinary talent and photographic memory, emerged as one of Britain's artistic jewels despite being diagnosed with autism at age 3 and speaking his first word at 5. Even in his silent years, Stephen's pencils danced, crafting precise wildlife images and caricatures of his teachers. His enchantment with architecture unfurled as he meticulously drew London's buildings, a skill further honed when his sister, Annette, exposed him to expansive city views from a 14th-floor apartment. His eyes devoured every detail of the city, storing it in his remarkable memory, from which he could reproduce even the minutest details with a mere glance. Stephen's almost obsessive passion and incredible memory not only defined his artwork, but also showcased an extraordinary capability that some might indeed call a superpower. Number 17. Mind can control body temperature. In a northern Indian monastery, Tibetan monks practice tumo, a discipline that showcases their incredible mastery over their physical processes once considered uncontrollable. These monks possess astounding abilities to regulate their oxygen intake, body temperatures, and even brain waves. Through visualization and specialized breathing, they elevate their body temperatures to feverish levels. Dr. Benson, a prominent researcher, conducted experiments in the 1980s where monks, clad in scant attire, wrapped wet sheets around themselves. His findings revealed that vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels to reduce blood pressure, contributed to the increase in finger and toe temperatures. Witnessing them manipulate their physiology to elevate body temperature is both impressive and exceptionally unique. Number 18. Kim Peek. The extraordinary story of Kim Peek, the inspiration behind the character Raymond Babbitt in the movie Rain Man, is a testament to the incredible capacities of the human mind. Born in 1951, Kim had a unique condition called savant syndrome, a rare condition that bestowed him with extraordinary talents, particularly an astounding memory. Kim's condition was associated with an abnormally large head and damage to his cerebellum, as well as the absence of the bundle of nerves connecting the brain's two hemispheres. Doctors initially predicted he would never walk or talk, even suggesting institutionalization. However, his parents chose a different path. At just over a year old, Kim began memorizing entire books after hearing them only once. What's more, he would place the books upside down on the shelf afterward to signify he had mastered them, often recalling up to 98% of their content. Throughout his lifetime, Kim estimatedly read and memorized around 12,000 books, showcasing his phenomenal memory. Kim's talents extended far beyond books. He could memorize dresses, maps, and musical compositions. In 1985, screenwriter Barry Morrow crossed paths with Kim and was so inspired that he penned the story that would become Rain Man. After the movie's release, Kim received numerous requests for public appearances, and together with his father, he traveled the world, spreading messages of inspiration. Sadly, in 2009, at the age of 58, Kim suffered a heart attack and passed away at home. Despite his relatively short life, Kim Peek left an indelible impact on the world, demonstrating the incredible potential of the human mind and the capacity to overcome challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Number 19. Iron Hands. In the bustling streets of Delhi, there exists an extraordinary chef at Ganesh Restaurant, renowned not only for the delectable dishes, but also for his remarkable ability to pluck fried fish from scalding hot oil with his bare hands. This 65-year-old culinary wizard has turned this unconventional method into an art form, a feat he initially attempted out of curiosity. His unique technique, born from a single experiment, has evolved into a habit over the years. Astonishingly, his hands remain untouched by burns, bruises, blisters, or any adverse effects, despite submerging them in oil heated to a scorching 200 degrees Celsius. It's as if the searing heat has become immune to his touch. With 6 decades of history behind Ganesh Restaurant, passed down from their grandfathers, the responsibility now rests upon his sons to carry forward this incredible tradition. As patrons savor the dishes and witness this remarkable display of culinary superpower, the legacy lives on, inviting all to experience this unparalleled spectacle in the heart of India.